Have you ever felt completely drained? Jim Rohn. The Stoics. Two different worlds. One timeless truth: you're not tired. You're unfocused. Let me show you why. Even after 8 hours of sleep, 2 cups of coffee, and a full day with nothing major happening, you're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just unfocused. Jim Rohn once said, "The reason so many people give up is not fatigue, it's lack of purpose." And the ancient Stoics knew this long before energy drinks and burnout culture existed. They understood something powerful: true energy doesn't come from rest. It comes from focus. Today, we'll explore how both Jim Rohn and the Stoics unlock a timeless truth: you don't need more sleep, you need more clarity. Let's start with Jim Rohn, the man who believed that energy comes from purpose. Let's be honest. Most people think they're exhausted. But in reality, they're disconnected from what matters. Jim Rohn famously said, "When the why gets stronger, the how gets easier." Translation: when you know why you're doing something, your body and mind align. Your focus sharpens. Your energy rises. The human spirit isn't fueled by coffee. It's fueled by intention. Think about it: ever stayed up all night planning a dream project? Or worked 10 hours straight but felt energized because you were in flow? That's not luck. That's purpose-driven energy. Try this. Before you go to sleep tonight, don't just list what you have to do tomorrow. Write down one thing you want to move closer to. Not a checkbox. Not busy work. A mission. Because when you wake up with a reason, you rise with energy. Now let's turn to the Stoics, who taught a powerful idea: you're tired not because you've done too much, but because you're carrying what was never yours to begin with. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. In other words, most of your exhaustion doesn't come from what you do, it comes from what you're trying to control. You're mentally drained because you're worrying about opinions you can't change. You're carrying outcomes you can't predict. You're chasing things that don't align with your values. The Stoics taught a radical principle: focus only on what's within your control. Let go of the rest. Sounds simple. But it's life-changing. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Exhaustion is often not physical, it's emotional weight we never needed to carry. Stoic energy hack: each morning, ask yourself 2 questions. What can I control today? What am I willing to let go of? You'll be shocked how much energy returns once your mind stops wrestling with things that were never your responsibility. And here's something both Jim Rohn and the Stoics agreed on: doing more doesn't mean achieving more. In fact, multitasking is one of the biggest energy leaks in modern life. In fact, the opposite is often true. Jim Rohn said, "Don't major in minor things." Stoics would call this living according to nature. Doing what's essential and discarding the rest. Most people feel tired because they're half listening to 5 podcasts, starting 3 goals at once, answering emails during dinner, and then wonder why they feel burnt out but unproductive. Power move: 1 task, 1 target, 1 big win. Then stop. That's the secret to sustainable energy. Not 5. Not 3. Just 1. 1 goal that matters. 1 focus that moves the needle. 1 thing you'll be proud of at the end of the day. This isn't laziness. It's Stoic precision. That's the difference. It's what elite performers do, and what distracted people never learn. And here's the thing. Clarity doesn't just create energy, it attracts it. When your vision is clear, your mind stops leaking power. You stop chasing, and things start flowing to you. When you're clear on who you are, what you want, and what you're willing to ignore, you become a force. Distractions bounce off you. People respect your time. Your mind aligns with your mission. Jim Rohn didn't become great because he worked harder than everyone else. He became great because he was clearer than everyone else. And the Stoics? They weren't cold philosophers sitting in caves. They were emperors, generals, and teachers, making real-world decisions with extreme clarity under pressure. They knew, confusion drains. Focus fuels. You're not tired. You're unfocused. So the next time you feel drained, ask yourself, is it my body? Or is it my lack of direction? Because your energy doesn't just come from food, sleep, or supplements. It comes from knowing what matters, letting go of what doesn't, and giving your full presence to what's in front of you. As Jim Rohn might say, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. So, take a deep breath. Let go of the noise. Return to clarity. Return to strength. And watch your energy return with it. Because in the end, it's not about doing more. It's about being more focused, more grounded, more aligned. As Jim Rohn said, when the why gets stronger, the how gets easier. And the Stoics? They lived that truth daily. Not by chasing energy, but by choosing what truly matters. Stay centered. Stay disciplined. And let the noise pass like the wind. Your real power is already within.